Hey guys, Mark from Northeast Bass Fishing. How's it going? I'm going to do a video tonight for you guys on tube fishing. Now, I know I already did the video on flipping tubes, but this is more of tube fishing when I'm using that, that internal jig head, that's put up into the tube. And the reason I'm doing this video is because I also got an order from, from Secret Lures. And this is the stupid tube kit that I got from them. If you guys have ever seen this on television, stupid tube, it's a different way to rig it. So I figured instead of just showing you the stupid tube way of rigging, why not show you the kind of traditional old school way of rigging first. Now, as far as tubes go, any tube you like is fine. I have a few brands here that I like a lot. I like the Mismo tubes. I still see them on tackle warehouse. There doesn't seem to be a lot of colors. There used to be. I can remember going into stores and it seemed like 100 colors of these. I'm assuming they're still going. Who knows? Maybe just stock is low, but the Mismo tubes are great. I love the Strike King coffee tube. Venom tubes, I like them. Trying to think of what else I got here. But as you guys can see, boxes and boxes and boxes of tubes. So whatever tube you like is fine. Another, this ISG tube is one I've thrown a lot lately in recent years. You guys have seen these. This is a very popular tube on the Great Lakes. Use them a lot, but whatever tube you like is fine. It's really up to you. But let me just show you, here's the Power Team. Now, the difference here, this Power Team tube is a 3.5 inch. This Mismo I'm going to show you here, that's a 4 inch. Now, it's really personal preference. Sometimes it seems they like that 3.5 inch one better than the 4 inch. But I'll rig up one or two of them for you, and then I'll show you how to rig up the stupid tube. This is just let me make sure I got the right one. This is just, one of the Bite Me Tackle jig heads. And I always I kind of like that rattle. If you guys can hear that, I don't know. But I like that rattle on there. And if you fish this a lot, you don't lose it. Eventually they break off, but I like that rattle on there. It's easier to me than, back in the day where you'd stick a rattle in there and then maybe take some cotton ball and stuff it in there to keep it in there so you could rattle it. I like these ones that have these rattles on here. They do hold up pretty good. Now, with these type of hooks, type of jig heads, I should say, you're going to have an exposed hook. So let me just show you. Here's that 4 inch Mismo, and this is kind of a color I really like from them. What I do, just if you guys have ever done this before, sometimes it's hard to get, especially if you're using a bigger one. Like if I'm throwing like a ½ ounce, you see the size of that head. It's hard to get that tube sometimes back in there. So what I'll do is I'll just take, and I just, one of my favorite scents, CB's hog sauce, is I'll put some of that on there just to kind of just kind of squirt a little bit of that on there, and it gets that head, kind of lubed up to get in there, because I don't like putting it in my mouth, spitting on it like what some people do. But I'll just put a little. Of course, this thing is going to be not want to come out. You just get a little bit on there. Plus, it gives a little scent on your tube too. You can tell I haven't used this one in a while. Oh, there it comes. And now, just take your tube, get your skirt out of the way. And these are very salty. I was trying to find ones that didn't have as much salt on them, but they pretty much all do, it seems. So you have that, that opening, the cavity in the tube. Just slide that up in there. When you put that scent on there, it just makes it a little more slick. It slides up nice. Then you just push it all the way to the end, and then just push that over that tie through. The tie will pop through. And there you go. You're ready to fish your tube. Now, as you can guess, if you're going to fish in real gnarly rocks, you're going to lose a few. That's the only, negative. But there you go. Simple enough. Simple enough. And the tube is a great bait. And this has a nice fall. There's a nice way that it kind of falls down when you cast these out. And I'll usually throw these ones. Now this is a 3/16. A lot of times I'm throwing a 3/8 or a quarter, but I just happen to have the 3/16 out there. But it also depends on how deep you're fishing. But there you go. There's a nice, tube bait. Throw that on a spinning reel, 8-10 pound. Now you will lose some. That open hook will catch rocks. Here's a 3.5. I'll show you what the 3.5 looks like. I'll use the same one. Now, when you're using this 3/16, that goes into the tube pretty well. You don't really need the. It's actually easier when I take the cap off. But just put a little bit of that scent, whatever scent you like to use. I tend to use garlic. You see, like it's a little smudge down there. Then it'll slide into that tube very easy. And put a little scent in your tube is not a bad thing, even though these Power Team ones got plenty of garlic scent already. Now this is a smaller tube, so it's a little harder to get in. But just pop it in. And see, that slides right in with all that scent on there. And then just put it to the end and pop that O through, or that line tie through. I say that, and then it doesn't want to go through. There you go. There you go. So there's your 3.5 inch. So there's a little more compact. So here's your 3.5, and your 4. A little bigger. Now, the difference with the stupid tube, now I already have one rigged up. I want to try to rig one up because I'm still new at this stupid tube. I just got it. Secret Lures, if you go on secretlures.com, you can get the stupid tube kit. And it gives you rigging instructions right here. So you're not going to have that exposed hook. You're going to have pretty much a Texas rigged tube when you're all done. But if I demonstrate this poorly, there's better videos of guys doing it online than me, I'm sure, because I just got these, so I'm still learning. But this is one I did. This could be a little better. But maybe I'll just use this one and I'll take it out and put it back in. I don't want to tear the tube up though, so I'll just do a new one. But you get the kit. You get 3 different colors. You get the green pumpkin, black neon, black red. I'm not sure what they call this one. I'd have to look on the site. But if you look at the stupid tube kit, they list the 3 sizes, and they sell tubes too. And this is the stupid tube. That's what the jig head's like. So here you have your internal jig head. Now let me compare these to you. Here's your traditional that goes up into the bait. And you'll notice the hook gap is different. This is more of an EWG. You guys can see that. So there's your stupid tube over here. Here's your traditional one. So here I'm going to be able to make this weedless and not get hung up as much and still have that nice falling action from the tube. So I'm going to try to do this. Hopefully I won't screw this up. I'll use that black neon one. Now the difference here is I'm going to wet this, but I'm not going to do it yet because I'm going to hold it right now. If I put all that scent on there, not that you can't, if you had garlic scent on your hand while you're fishing, it's not a bad thing. What you do is you go, and this one is, let me see what we got here. That's an 1/8 ounce. I'm going to put it on the 3/16, so I like a little bigger head. So I'm going to do the 3/16 ounce. So what you do is you go through hook first. And then you kind of bring it down and get it to where you think. What you do is you line this up first. Let me backtrack a bit. Line this up first. So that's how it's going to kind of sit. I'll show it to you backwards so you guys can. If you line it up, you'll kind of see where it sits. So I know that I kind of just use my thumb to kind of pinch it, and I'm going to go to that, and then I'm going to put my hook through. So if I take my hook and put it in there, and I go and get it down towards where my thumb is, don't stick yourself in the thumb like I did the first time I did this. And I'm going to pop it through. I'm going to pop it through the plastic and then pull that head in now. Sometimes when you use the bigger heads, the plastic can be tough to pull this through, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to put that scent on now. Actually got some in the corner here. So I'm going to put that on there. That'll make that slide in there. I might get a little bit on my finger still, but no big deal. Just like you had pizza. But usually I can pull that hook through, and then I don't have to really get all that scent all over my finger. And then you just kind of bring that hook through, keep working it, keep working that head down, and I kind of just push the end of it. That pushes it, pushes it, pushes it, pushes it towards the end there. And then I'm gonna kind of twist it so that that eye comes through that hole that I made. So you just gotta kind of work it until you get it through to there. So now I've got my hook coming through here, my eye up there, and then I'm just going to line it up and I'm going to pinch it. So I've got it up as far as I want it. And I'm going to move it and see here, now I know where I'm going to go through. I'm just going to take my tube, I hope this is coming out good, you don't just see my fingers. What is I'm going to take my tube, I'm going to bend it. And like I said, there's guys that, you know, secret lure guys that are better at this than I am. I'm going to bend it and then pop it through. Oops, nobody hit your finger. And boom, there you go. I could probably do that back a little further, so I'm going to redo that a little. There you go. So now my hook is there and it's weedless, and all I have to do is pop that eye through. So there you go. So now I've got my eye through the top here. I've got a hook that's weedless, and I can just sit it there, lay it, or you can skin hook it right there, totally weedless. Smell a little garlic. But if you put that scent on there, it makes it a little easier to bend that around. I think I actually made that harder than it had to be. But there you go. Actually, I didn't do that too bad. I thought I was going to really screw it up. But there you go. So now I can take this with a bait caster. You know, if I use, because I actually got some, I'll show you guys here. I got some bigger heads from Secret Lures that came. These are, that's a 3/16 ounce with a 3/0 hook. These are a little bigger heads. 1/4 ounce with a 4/0. 3/16 with a 4/0. And a 1/4 ounce with a 3/0. So I got some bigger heads too to go with this kit the other day that came in. So you guys can see, there's their info right there. Secret Lures. Real quick shipping. And they now have a stupid craw that I saw on the site, but I haven't tried that yet. Put my CB's hog sauce lid back on here. But there you go. Now you've got a weedless tube that you're going to get that same action. You're not going to get hung up everywhere. Now, it's still cold up here. I haven't thrown these yet. They just came the other day. But I do have a trip planned for next week on Lake Champlain where I will be bringing these. So I think I might get some 10, 12 pound, maybe 12, some 12 pound line on a bait caster. I don't think I need like a flip and stick type thing. Medium heavy rod, 12 pound fluoro, and throw this around. And try it with the stupid tube. And with that weedless setup. Because this, even though this is a great fish catcher, this is a great, I've caught a lot of fish like this over the years. But this is really for when it's not too rocky. If it's real rocky and really gnarly, you're going to get hung up a lot, you're going to lose a lot, you're going to get flustered. But this is a great fish catcher. You've got a pretty clean bottom. This is a great fish catcher. You know, that 4.5, that 4 inch or that 3.5, great baits. But if you want to throw it into some, you know, around rocks, heavier cover, stupid tube is a pretty cool idea. Pretty cool idea. So I'm glad I finally got some of these and I can try them out, because the tube is a great bait. You know, I've talked about tubes a lot. I love throwing them. But that's it, man. That's it, guys. That's the stupid tube kit. I think it was like $20, $25 for the kit. You'll get, you know, a bunch of tubes. You'll get the jig heads, and if you want to just order some of the jig heads and try them with whatever your favorite tube is, you know, give it a shot. I mean, their tubes, I mean, you can't go wrong with just a green pumpkin tube. And that's their brand. You can't go wrong with that. You definitely cannot go wrong with that. Just pop that back through. There you got it's a nice setup. I'll probably put a little orange here on these on the skirt tail of that tube. So there you go. I've got two stupid tubes set up, ready to go. So you know, give it a try. Check that at the website, secretlures.com. If you watch the you know, the Bass Pro Shop show, I forget which one it's called, Fisherman's Handbook. They have the stupid tube. They talk about it on there a lot. So I'm assuming it's one of their sponsors, or they just liked the bait, and so that's where I actually saw it on there. Wade Middleton talks about that a lot, and they give demonstrations on how to tie them, which would probably be better than the way I do it on my iPad here in the basement. But that's it, guys. So, like I said, any kind brand you want to use, you know, it's up to you. If you like Venom tubes, use them. I like these ones a lot. These ISGs, they're very nice. They got some cool colors. You know, you can't go wrong with a coffee tube. The Mismos are really nice. I don't see as many colors available as I used to. Could just be the time, because I mean, I've got a ton of different ones, Mismo ones that I bought years ago. And like I said, I got 4 boxes of 3.5 and 4-inch tubes there. But you know, give it a shot. You know, if you want to try you know, get these kind of, you don't have to get these with a rattle if you don't like a rattle. I just happen to like one. But you can get them up to, you know, here's I think I got 3/4. And I can show you that quick. I mean, if you're fishing these really deep or it's really windy and you need to feel it, I mean, that's a 3/4 ounce head, no rattle. I don't know if you're gonna need it, but let's say you're up 1,000 pounds or something, you're dragging tubes, this 3/4 ounce in the wind. I'll grab a coffee tube and just show you quick, because that's where it really helps. Let's see what we got here. Watermelon red, why not? I don't think it matters. I'll show you this quick before I wrap it up. But here's your, you know, I think that's a 3.5. It almost looks like a 4. Yeah, I'll show you one of these ISGs. Why not? Intimidator, great tube. But let's say you're going to throw that 3/4 ounce head, because then when you've got that big head in there, it really gives that goby look, because it's almost like the head of the goby on the tube. So I'm going to take some of my CB's hog sauce, put that on there, because these big ones are harder to get in. Just get it all covered up with the scent, and having the scent on the tube is not a bad thing. A little coffee, a little garlic. I'm not sure which one this one. This one is Sweet and Sassy Garlic Gel. So check out CB's hog sauce website. Great sense. But here's your 4-inch tube. And what color is this one? This is a really cool color. That's a really cool looking tube. That purple in there. I don't know what they call that one. Watermelon gold purple. There you go. So let's say you're throwing this. You're throwing out deep. You're just dragging. Got that. That's a 3/4 inch, and I've got it all gunked up with the scent. It's hard to kind of get those in there sometimes. That's why I put the scent on there. It makes it a little easier to work them through. But you just kind of work it up slowly. You can see how big that that tube is. That tube head is. And I kind of lift up, and just kind of nudge it along, a little bit at a time. Don't rush it. You don't want to tear your tube. And I kind of just push that end. It'll slide over there slowly. Once it gets to the top, get a little further. Ouch. Just don't hit that hook with your finger like I just did. Once you get it all the way to the end, so that's almost become like the head of the goby. It's a little fatter. Then just pop that O through, or that tie through. There you go. I got salt all over me and flake. And you've beaten it up enough, make it even better. But there you go. That's a 3/4 ounce. Get out there in the current, that wind howling, drag that around. If you got a, you know, like I said, this can, you know, that can hang up on you. But if you're out there fishing, you know, it's not too gnarly. A 3/4 ounce head. Snap that tube around. There you go. Those ISGs are nice. So there you go. Watermelon gold. What did I say that one was? Watermelon gold purple. Pretty cool color. Glad I showed you guys that one. I have to go throw that. But once I have these rigged like this, I'm not taking that hook, that weight back out, because I'll throw them. But that's it, guys. I hope you enjoy that. If you haven't, you know, thrown tubes before with like the internal jig head, give it a try. It will get hung up, but that's all part of the game. If you're looking for some, if you've tried it maybe and you're frustrated getting hung up, try the stupid tube. This is just the Secret Lures kit. You can start with that. Start with the kit and see how you like it. You know, once you get the hang of rigging, it's not hard. You saw me do it. I didn't screw it up. Too bad. Probably made it harder than it had to be. They give you the instructions right there, and there's lots of videos online. But it's once you do one or two, you kind of got the hang of it. But there you go. It's a Secret Lures stupid tube kit. Check it out. Check it out. And you know, I'll give you a nice sticker too. I can cover up a few more scratches on my electric boat with this. I haven't put it on yet, but I got to. But that's it. I hope you guys enjoyed it. This video turned out to be 21 minutes long. I thought it was going to be a quick 10 or 15 minute. But we could talk about tubes for hours, really. All right. So I hope you guys enjoyed that. I did go out fishing today and caught rock bass and had some follow-ups. But the lake, I'm trying all the different lakes up here. And I fished a lake that's like 100 feet deep in some spots. And the water is like 46 degrees still. So here we are, almost May, and the water's still 46 degrees, and you can tell that there's nothing up shallow yet. I did have a few follows on a spinnerbait, but I was throwing a jerkbait for a long time. I was throwing a +2, a mega bass +2, a +1, the regular, you know, on big boulders, and they're just not up there yet. And I was dragging a Kitech spider around. I was dragging a Ned rig around, and they're not having it yet, but a lot of I'm kind of looking at these trips out up here as, you know, just kind of learning the lay of the land. And I could see on the lake where, when they do move up, where they will be, because there's just beautiful boulders everywhere. And pretty soon they'll be there. But like 46 degree water still. It's cold. It's cold. 46, 47 was the highest I found. When I first got there, my Lawrence was saying 53, and I was like, oh, good. And then I realized after it sat in the water for a while, it wasn't going to be 53 anymore, because there's no signs of life in those shallows at all yet. So it's getting there. But, you know, it was enjoyable just to go around, check out the ramp, see how easy it is to launch there. Parking is still tight, but it's when you're the only one there, it doesn't really matter. Some beautiful houses. I was watching the bald eagles sitting in their nest. The loons are swimming. So it was a nice day. The wind finally died down a little bit up here. The wind's been brutal. So it was nice to get out there and see what the areas I can go fish when there's actually fish there, and not sitting out and who knows what still. You know, when you got a 100-foot deep lake, who knows how deep they could be sitting still, and not even realizing that the shallows are in the 40s. Got a trip, like I said, meeting some guys up on Champlain next week, so hopefully I'll get some good footage there and share it with you guys. It's supposed to be great jerkbait fishing up there this time, and I've never gone up in May. I've only gone up in June and the summer and in the fall, so it's a new experience for me this time of year on Champlain. So hopefully that'll be, who knows, maybe they'll eat. I'm sure if I drag this around, I could probably catch one. Maybe I'll throw some tubes, but I think it's going to be hopefully it'll be a good jerkbait bite. That's kind of what the plan is. But I'll throw whatever they want. I think that's it. So you guys, hope you enjoyed the video. If you got any questions about tube fishing, let me know. If I didn't answer it now in this video, let me know. I can expand on it if I have to. All right? Because I mean, there's a lot of ways you can go, you know, tube fishing. A lot of ways you can go. All right. So I hope you guys enjoyed this. I'll see you soon on YouTube. Mark out.